Hello, welcome back to another video. We are off out today to see my riding instructor, my first riding lesson in years. From different things, her moving away, COVID, him doing his dispensary. I've not seen her in years. So she's holding a showing clinic near us today. So we're going to go see her, see what she thinks of us now. We certainly are not at the level we were working at when we last went for a lesson with her. So see what she says. We could go today in show clothes or just casual wear. If you wanted her to check over your show clothes and everything, then we could wear that. She chose my show outfit for me years ago. So I decided just go in casual wear today. Although I'm toying with the idea of getting a new show jacket because I had mine made to measure before COVID and I've lost some weight, so it needs altering. But the amount of alterations that it needs, I think price-wise, I might as well just buy another one. So I am toying with that idea. But for this year, I should have bought the show jacket. I do have another show jacket at home, which is smaller, which I do think I'm going to change to wearing for the rest of this year. If I remember, I will add a video at the end of this video showing you my current show jacket and the other one that I'm thinking of using to see your opinion on whether I should change it or not for this current year until I buy another one. I also know I do need new riding boots because the ones I wear are these ones. Hold on. I like these. These are my yard ones, but I've got another pair exactly the same that I keep as show boots. But these have the top. The boots I'm actually meant to wear are straight cut and have a garter strap. So I do know I should have flat top boots, but they are so expensive. They're about £580 that I've found. But if that is the only reason that we can pick fault in me not getting placed, I'll spend money. But they're just ridiculously priced. But so I know, other riders wear these boots and that I currently wear and qualified for the likes of Royal International and Hoy. So I know, I don't think it's a big deciding factor, but it's a lot of money for a pair of boots that I would keep as show boots only. So they will last a few years, but it's a lot of money. But yeah, that is something that I do think I need to change the boots and get a better fitting jacket. So we got Willow. I'm just going to quickly brush him off. I've not bathed him for today, but he doesn't get dirty. So he's still presentable, basically. I've got Lewis with me. It is only me and Lewis. So Lewis will film as much of it as he can without trying to get other people in. There is 4 people in our group and I try to avoid getting other people in the vlogs as much as I can, and I certainly don't want to be showing what they're being taught and their faults in the showing clinic. So Lewis will film as much as he can and we'll talk through what she said afterwards. But I can't wait to see it. I haven't seen her for years. There is a funny story about how I met her. I went off to Herts County Show years ago. Willow was 6. He's now 13. So we're talking 7 years ago. I've done Herts County Show in-hand showing for years. I'd never done the ridden. It was only Willow that I suddenly decided, right, we do the in-hand in the morning and I'll chuck him in the ridden in the afternoon. There was 10 of us in the class and I didn't have a clue really what I was doing. I'd done unaffiliated showing, but nothing county level. So I was clueless really. And we done our class, everything fine, 10 of us in there and we got placed 6th. I was absolutely over the moon with those results. I come out the ring and some woman come running up to me, not shouting, but saying, your horse is amazing, but you need some major work. I didn't know this woman, not a clue who she was, but she was really bigging him up, and not in a horrible way. She was putting me down, going that I let him down and everything. And I'm like, right, okay, I'm open to feedback, definitely, not a problem at all. And then someone else come running up behind going, Mum, stop, Mum. That was my riding instructor. Of course, I didn't know her back then. So we got chatting. She gave me some pointers there and then. And that's how I met her. And she has been absolutely amazing in getting me to where I am, where I was. So I owe her everything. But yeah, I'm quickly going to brush him off, load him up. We'll get to the arena and we'll see what Lewis can film for us. And then we'll come back, talk about what she said. Are you ready? This is also the first proper ride back since the ulcer treatment. He had to have some time off, a few days off, and then we could lightly hack him and ride him and everything. I did school him yesterday, which will be in the vlog before this. Schooled him at home yesterday. Hey, pretty boy. And today will be the first big schooling session, basically. I'm sure she'll get us working. Vets did come yesterday as well for his... No, they didn't. They come the day before for his third injection. And they said it's fine. He's absolutely fine to do proper work now, what we usually expect of him. So they're happy with his progress. And yesterday's schooling session, I felt he was very much more bouncy underneath me. I feel that we're feeling better. So today's going to be a big test anyway, to see whether we can see any improvements. But yeah, I'm going to brush him off, load him up, and we'll get up there. I thought this would be the easiest way to do this because it's very hard to hear what she's saying to me in the videos because we weren't mic'd up. So all she had us doing to begin with was just walking around and telling her what our aims were, what our dreams were, where we've been, what results we've got, what we want to change and all that. So she could get to know like the different levels that we were all working at. Because although she'd had classes on all day long, there was first ridden, lead rein, in hand, novice showing. We were the more experienced group of riders, but there was still different levels within this group. We had a young horse, we'd had someone that's never done affiliated showing before. So there was still a variation of people within this group. So what she started having us do was all walk, trot and canter round together as what would be expected of us in a show ring, so that she could tell everyone the show ring etiquette, basically, how you're meant to behave, keep your distance, if need be, circle, how to use your corners to create more space and speed up and slow down your horse if need be, just getting us all to do that. She did comment that I still get too close to the horse in front. I always thought that I'd done pretty good at that, keeping my distance a little bit, but she says no, she still wants to see like a bigger space between me and the one in front, because it does affect your riding. It really does make you slow down your horse's pace, and you want your horse to stay at their natural rhythm. So, yeah, that's something I need to work on, create more space in the go-round. The judges have commented in the past that in the go-round, he just looks plain and boring. He usually comes more to life in his individual show. And now I do wonder whether it's this, because it's not like I hold him back, but I do in a way, don't I? If I get too close to the horse in front, I slow his trot down a little bit, and it's not letting me show him to his best. So we were just doing this, and like she was explaining how when you change your rein and you come up to another horse, you should be left to left. They need to move over into the inside track. So it's just a lot of learning for them all. It is nice to go over the basics as well, because we learn so much as riders that we seem to forget the little basic bits of showing, that they're the little vital bits that create a better overall picture, really. So it was nice to go back and cover the foundations again. She also did say that my reins get far too long. I don't know. They just seem to slip straight out of my hands, and you can see always they're like washing lines. They really are hanging low, and I don't seem to notice it as I'm riding round, but my reins just get longer and longer. So that's something I really do need to focus on, keeping my hands up, rein shorter, and head up. This really is going to have to be something that I focus more on as I'm riding around every time, trying to remember to do. It's hard, isn't it? When you're riding a horse, there is a hell of a lot to remember. Leg on, inside rein, bend, keep going. What's the judge saying? What's it look like? And then you've got to remember head up, hands up, thumbs on top. It's a hell of a lot. Once you do it continuously, it does become second nature, but we are trying to fix a lot of bad habits all at once, and it is a lot. So then she has us go on to do our individual shows. So we were told to do our current show that we do when we go out, which we've changed lately because, of course, where Willow was feeling very lethargic and flat, we changed it to a basic show. If we're doing Hoy's qualifiers, if there's like 30 in a class, we could be stood in the lineup for a good half hour, if not an hour, before we come back out again. So we changed it. So we done a lot of trotting before, and then pick up the canter just to wake him up before we get the canter. But she says it's far too basic for him. Too much change rein. It's just too much for the judge to watch. In the Horse of the Year show qualifiers, we could be given a set show where the judge tells us what they want to see, so that they're not watching hundreds of different shows. And it's just one show that all the horses perform. So it's easier for her to do the mark sheets anyway. But they usually make it technical. They want you to fail. She did complain to me about my halt, actually, whilst we're here. She says that I don't give him enough time to actually stand still before I salute. But yes, so the Hoy's classes, the set shows can be extremely technical. We could be cantering on the straight. We could be walked canters, cantering serpentines. They want you to fail, to be able to put you down. They don't want you to fail. I don't mean it like that. They want to see if you've got complete control of your horse to be able to mark someone down. Someone's got to come last, basically. So it can be made very technical. So she made me do this show, knowing that Willow is still not going at his best at the moment, where we come out and we pick up canter quite early on, then canter him a whole 20-metre circle to wake him up, before we then go on cantering onto the other rein. Again, none of them were going into that corner. And then the gallop. Of course, the gallop is getting better, but we've still got a lot of progress to make onto that. So this is a more simple show for him, but it's not simple basic, basically. she does want us to work on doing the original show that we used to do back in the day, which was walk away, trot, and then pick up canter on the straight. And then we canter a bit and then walk, and then we go from walk to canter. Just make it more technical, because Willow can do all that. So we're back home from the showing clinic now. I really enjoyed it, and she said it only took her 35 minutes to get there from where she is with a horse box. So it takes me 10 minutes to get there. 45 minutes. So where she has moved must be closer to me now than the old yard. So we were chatting about regular riding lessons again with her. And there was a few of us like there that want lessons. So what she's going to do is do a lesson at that yard at least once a month. So that's perfect. We can get back on the regular lessons with her, because she was amazing. She really had us going so well, and she's happy to jump on him, and she's rode him before many times. So she can get on and get him going, show him what she wants him to do, so then I can do it on him as well. So there are a few things we need to change. He was extremely lazy again today. I was sort of expecting that to an extent, because we've had the time off, the relaxed time with the ulcer treatment. I was expecting him to be a bit on the lazier side, because he really needs working 5 days a week, like proper work. And then give him 2 days off together, because always the day you come back to ride him after, he's always lazy anyway. That's the way he's always been. So I need to start doing that, where he is ridden 5 days solid, 2 days off, because that's when we do get the best out of him. It's always, he is a workaholic. He prefers to work. So yes, he was a little lazy, which then highlights the fact my reine's too baggy and I don't put enough leg on. So I need to use more leg. My legs, I've never been strong legged. I don't know, do you have any exercises, any tips you do to create stronger legs? So I need more leg. Of course, I need to keep that curb rein loose, but I need to be more on my top rein, basically, so it's not baggy. He needs his hand held a hell of a lot to keep him in the frame, in the shape and everything. So I do need to hold his hand more. The bit, as she says as well, the long shanks are doing him no favours. They're really dragging his head down. So I really do need to look into getting the short shank bit. She's going to have a look at her yard, whether she's got anything that she thinks will suit him better, because he still needs the high port to stop him getting his tongue over. But what I've Googled, I haven't found anything yet that is the exact same mouthpiece as he's got with the short shanks. But so more leg, be more conscious of my reins, change a bit. She wants to see a different noseband on him, because although it's a thick one that suits his face shape, it's baggy round the back. It's too big for him in a way, but we can't put any more holes on it. So needs a different noseband. And then my saddle, no, that's all right. Stirrups, I use the rubber safety stirrups, always have done. I don't want to fall off a horse and be dragged. But she says judges look at that as being very like childlike, sadly. So if I still want the safety stirrup, get the full metal ones that are curved, it looks better. So that's, again, another easy change we can do. And just getting him fitter and stronger again. We changed the show, the ridden individual show, to make it so we done the full figure of trot, the full figure of canter, then the gallop, then the trot, the halt salute. She says it's too much change in the reins. She says that it's just awkward to watch. She wants me to, essentially we want to get back to the ridden show that he used to do, where we pick up canter quite early on. But at the moment where he's not fitting strong, she wants me to like trot away, trot the half circle, come down the diagonal, pick up canter a circle, like a 20-metre circle, change the rein, change the canter, gallop, and then the trot. She wants to do it a little bit different, so then we wake him up a little bit more in the canter. So that's something else we can do. And then I didn't take my show stuff today, which technically I should have done so she could have a look, because I pulled them out. I remembered I want a different opinion on my jacket, so I'm going to put them on now, see what you guys think. I've got 3, and if I remember rightly, one's or the others is still too big. I will go shopping tomorrow for the bits that we need to change, the stirrups and that. So if I need to look at new show jackets, I can do, but there's an option of 3 here. So I don't know whether I'm going to change the jacket for the rest of the year out. Do a little fashion show for you. So this one is the one I usually wear. I love it. I love the colour. Oh, because of having like the blue stripe down the middle. I love it. But I just think it's too big now. I had this made to measure years ago. But clearly I've lost weight because I had longer arms put on it, because I've got long arms, and when you ride it used to show far too much of my wrist, so I didn't like that, so I had longer arms put on it. But if you look now, it's just far too baggy. It doesn't, I mean, it looks fitted, but it's not. It is far too big. And nowadays they've brought out these shirts, haven't they? You can't even see the cuff on these because they're so long. So does it look a mess because it is too big? I don't know. So this is option 1. Do I stick with the current? Now looking at it, I do think it looks a mess. Right, option 1 is my usual show jacket. Option 2, I've got a funny feeling this one was also too big, but it is just a brown tweed. There's no, oh, can't even get my arm in it. There's no like stripe to it, but then you can have the cuffs. So this is like acceptable in the show ring for it to be like that, but I do think again it is far too big, isn't it? It just, no, I don't like that one. That's option 2 if you like it, but no, I'm not sure on that one. Plus I like to be fancy and stand out. I do like a bit of colour. Right, so option 3 is my old show jacket from when I first started showing Willow. And then I wore this all the way up until I had the made to measure one done. Because it's like a green tweed, which Manton and Morelands can wear green, brown, any tweed. But it's got like a navy blue through it. Let me see. Oh, it's been sat in the cupboard for years. Oh, I can't do this. Put my collar down. But that's definitely better fitted. And riding, oh, I don't know whether they're too short. Is that why? I think that's a better fit. I don't know. Well, you wouldn't want it too much smaller. I wouldn't be able to move. But I don't know. I am leaning towards this one. With the, it's got like a blue and a like yellow through it. But this is option 3. See, I don't know whether to wear this one for the rest of the year. I don't know. Let me know down below. But yeah, I think go shopping tomorrow. There's a massive tack shop round us that I've recently found, and it had a large selection of boots. So I'm gonna see whether they've got the flat top garter strap boots that I'm after. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot of learning this year. I really do think this is my year of learning and training, and hopefully come out and qualify next year. But that's horses for you. It is, every day is a school day, isn't it? But if you like what you see, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon for the next one. Bye.